and I'm happy to be here. That's what that
Just
face.
saying. He just doesn't look like he trusts anything or anyone right now.
That's my old buddy ceiling fan right there.
Welcome to Dare to Disagree, your weekly episodic podcast where we know what the fuck we're talking about. I'm gonna pause to let that sink in for a second. I'll be your host, Jonathan Esther, out of California today.
This is a Alone in the Dark in wonderful Tennessee. Oh shit,
What?
wonderful Colorado. My bad. My bad.
Cold conscious Maryland.
Hey man, Jonathan Nestor, get your own shit, man. That's mine. That's just copyright.
Jesus Christ, man! What do you want? What do you fucking want, man? I do it the other way, you got complaints. I do it this way, you got complaints.
Until he gets his own shit, I'm not known as so chemical. Not known as this. I know I'm talking about. I am just known as blank. Like Prince, I'm blank.
You just,
The
we're gonna walk in.
podcaster known as So Chemical.
We're gonna walk in one day and just see a symbol.
Good lord.
And
Oh,
this is your host for the evenings. So before we get started, I have a little bit of a rant. Something that I heard that kind of pissed me off. Right now, I have had an issue since I was young with the whole everybody gets trophies thing. That always bugged me. Because I understand why you do that with certain institutions where it's like special kids, you know, like kids with special needs. I can understand why everybody might get a trophy. But there's a purpose for trophies. The trophies are supposed to be like an incentive for success, right? I understand if you're dealing with kids, let's say under the age of 5. I can understand why everybody gets trophies. You want every kid to walk away feeling good about having participated. But any older than that, and you giving trophies to everybody is kind of cheating them of a lesson in life that they're just gonna, because whether you give them that lesson then or later, they're gonna learn that lesson, and the sooner the better, because then they can acclimate to it much better. It's kind of like the bullying campaign thing, which I'm okay with. A lot of people are anti-bullying, and I support that. But I do think there should be a little bit of room for kids to be kids, and some kids are gonna be bullies. It's an experience you have to get that kind of tests your mettle, you know. But here's what I heard the person say. The person was in line and she was talking about something, and she was basically like, I can't believe yada yada yada, whatever happened. I'm nobody's second choice. And you know, I mean, I'm gonna stick around for a little bit, but if he doesn't dump that broad soon, you know, I'm totally gonna I'm not gonna stay around. Which I was like, good for her, but first off, that's kind of stupid that she's still hanging around while he has another chick. But that got us into our conversation at work about like winning and losing, how people can't lose properly or win properly. And the point I was making to them was, and it was kind of, again, we went off of this one thing this girl said and kind of went into the whole topic of winning and losing. And this is what pissed me off. Like, I don't think people know how to lose anymore with grace, right? Just because there's this sense now, especially in America, that if you bust your ass really hard, you deserve to win. And if you didn't win, you got cheated. And I was trying to make the point to my coworkers that, look, man, you could bust your ass, go to Harvard, bust your ass, get into NASA, bust your ass and do everything successfully, and you could still end up with a shit life because no one owes anybody nothing. No one owes anybody nothing. Not the government, not your friends, not nobody. The truth is, all of y'all could just up and leave me anytime. That is your right to do that. That's just how that shit goes. Part of the reason we grow up the way we do with all of these freaking experiences and the way we meet each other and the way we handle each other is that we build trust, and that trust is that you're going to have my back, you're going to stick around. But that's not a contract or a guarantee. So I was just curious if you guys have noticed that people are losing less gracefully. Again, I'm not saying anybody like ever lost a grade, but I'm just saying, does it look like it's getting worse to you guys? Because it almost seems like it's getting worse to me. Wow. That's
Are we live?
we are. Goddamn.
I see your point. I see what you're saying right there, man. And I think you do have a good point. I think, especially for like sports shit or stuff like that, participating is a big deal and should be treated as such, because there are so many people doing jack fucking shit. You know what I mean? If you're running a marathon, I don't care if you came in 1,000. That's a pretty good fucking accomplishment for just being a part of the fucking thing, right?
Yeah.
But there still should be that added benefit for the who came in first. Not really benefit, but recognition for who put in the effort, who made the life choices to come in first. Now, there is some things that are kind of like Michael Phelps, okay? Incredible athlete, okay? But a good part of why he was the fastest motherfucker ever swimming is the dude's like a goddamn mutant. He's like that fucker off Waterworld with like webbed feet, big ass fucking hands. He's just a weird motherfucker.
He has a natural advantage.
Yeah, to beat him, you almost have to be a fucking mutant yourself. So it's kind of shitty in that regard. You know what I mean? But still, you got to take account for it. Some people are just gonna be naturally better. But I do think people should be rewarded for participating in shit like that, for anything. I mean, doing something with your life, striving for something. I don't care if you're trying to win at fucking chess or some shit like that. For striving for something, for participating, that is a big deal. You should be treated like you did something good. But there does need to be that extra recognition for who actually won. Who freaking really dedicated the time to learning the sport, to freaking training their bodies, shit like that, to be the fucking champion of that shit, you know? So that's my 2 cents, you know?
I don't know. Like I don't know. Like, all right, let me ask Co-Conscious. Co-Conscious, do you feel like kids around your way understand that even if they work hard, they might not get rewards?
Nobody around my way works hard.
that solves that question.
I guess the only thing I can think of is in baseball, everybody got the, thank you for participating trophy. That was nice as shit in baseball, so I got the All-Star trophy too, so fuck everybody else.
But all right, did everybody get the All-Star trophy?
No.
But see, that's the point I'm making. That makes a difference to you. You appreciate baseball more, and I'm sure even after you got the All-Star trophy, you probably played a little harder because you were like, I got this trophy that says I have a standard. You know, I achieved. Wow.
I was already where I needed to be at that time. I was like, man, fuck it.
Top, don't need to do no other damn thing.
I was on my Nickelback shit. Started from the bottom and we there. Just stay, don't go up, don't go down, just even. That's all I needed.
That is definitely Nickelback in it. Like, I'm not trying to revolutionize the wheel, man. Just trying to make this money.
It's like, no, but yeah, getting the All-Star trophy, it does make you play a little harder. I see what you're saying. Where people, everybody gets a trophy for participation. I mean, for kids, I guess it's just one of them things where it's like when you get a trophy for participation. Just like Alone the Dog said, just the fact that you're doing something fucking positive of your life at that time, it's fucking chess or whatnot. You should get some type of, like, listen, you tried, you're fucking here. You could have been doing anything else, but you're here doing this. So we are gonna give you a trophy. Now, as you get older, you're able to cope with the fact that you're not gonna get a fucking trophy. Some people are able to cope with the fact that you're not gonna get a trophy. Even if you participate, you're not good enough, motherfucker. You just don't get a trophy. I think as a kid, you had to give everybody a trophy to keep them, coming back and not make them feel less of themselves. As they get older, they grow into that fact that, hey, I'm not gonna win every fucking time. I wasn't the best this year.
Yeah, your self-pride should be able to drive you afterwards. As a kid, you kind of gotta instill that in them. You know, you did good for just fucking showing up to the show, kid. As an adult, you kind of gotta have that in your own self-esteem. I know I did good for showing up and doing this fucking marathon. I might have came in 1,000, but I fucking did it. You know, so.
Yeah. And that will will yourself on to keep doing stuff. You know, like, hey, listen, I might did kind of bad right now, but let me try harder for next time that way I could, you know, work my way up. So
I mean, that's what I felt. I just feel like I run into some adults that just have this idea like,
that stuff's
nah,
old.
man, like, what am I do? What am I do? I've been busting my ass. What am I doing? I'm like, if you got a job or you're at a job or something and you've been putting in years or something, yeah, I get that. But if you just, like, we just had an employee. She just started working there a little bit ago. Has been there for maybe like what, 3 months? Everybody else in that piece has been there for a year and change, and she's already talking about some old, you know, when am I gonna get a top spot? You know, and everybody's like, whoa, you just showed up here. Calm down, right? Earn something, take some time.
Does somebody pull her aside and say, listen, bitch, you're working for CVS. There ain't no top spots.
All you go is fucking putting the souls in the machine.
Should have told her. Should have been warmed up with that.
Yeah, she must have thought she was at a fucking Fortune 500 company or some shit like that.
Actually, I think we are, but that's a whole other thing.
Well, bitch, you work in a fucking store. You work in retail. Chill.
Yeah, I'm not the one who said that. Calm down, yo.
I'm just saying. I was talking to the bitch. I mean, I'm pretty sure she ain't watching the show, but
I hope not. But anyway, all right. Let's go on to the topics at hand. All right, we had. Which one did you want to start with, Alone in the Dark?
I'm gonna go ahead and start with beating kids. You know, that's something
God damn.
near and dear to my heart. Okay. Now, it came up. Now, the reason I saw it come up not too long ago wasn't actually talking about parents. It was talking about teachers, because you know there's still schools where it's legal for a freaking teacher to beat your kid. Like, when we put my kid in school in Tennessee, that was one of the things. Just to let you know, we may use corporal punishment if there's a, you know, such and such issue, and they wanted us to sign off, and I said, fuck no. And I told the teacher, if somebody hits my kid, there's a fucking problem. Like, with me and you and whoever the fuck struck my kid. That's nobody else's job, okay? If you got a problem with my kid, if you fucked up, expel him, send him home. He'll get beat there, okay? But here's the question, okay? The question is, should we be letting parents hit their kids? And now a lot of people are probably going to get pissed off at that, saying, of course, no, the fucking parents. That's because most people are good parents, okay? The issue is, walk around your local fucking Walmart or some shit like that. Look at all these adults you see, and imagine if one of those people had the ability to decide when or if you get beat. Just look at these fucking people. And do you really, I mean, I know it would kind of suck taking that power away from good parents, but I think personally, I think there's more ways, and that's what I do in my house, to get discipline in your kids that doesn't involve freaking hauling off and smacking the shit out of them. You know, and I think the benefit taking that power away from those shitty parents that are probably more numerous than we really want to admit will benefit more than the good parents who could handle themselves and control themselves would lose. Okay? That's kind of my issue. And it's kind of funny because the guy who brought it up and really made it an issue to me was Louis C.K. We talked about him before. He talked about that, like, how great, you know, it's the most important, the person that they trust 100%, and then you screw up and they haul off and fucking smack the shit out of you. Like, there's got to be better ways to deal with your kids, and that's something that we've been doing in my house. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and say, fucking, my kid's never been hit. They've never even been told no. No, I mean, it's happened, but we've tried and do better now. You know what I mean? There's other ways to get through a kid, and I think taking that power away from those shitty parents, those people who probably shouldn't have been parents, would benefit the whole world better than allowing the good parents to freaking do what the fuck they want to do. That's my topic.
let me see. I started off. As probably, I'm sure Jonathan Esther knows that I come from pretty old school fucking family. You know, my
You ain't
my my
lying. You
yeah
ain't
my
lying.
my grandmother is old school, and you know my father has these sisters and brothers. Mostly his sister, one named Miriam, who does not fucking play around when it comes to whipping ass. So should people be allowed to hit their kids? I believe so. I like to think that my father beat me out the fucking penitentiary. You know, now am I gonna carry it down to when I have kids? Probably not. I mean, you know, you might smack them one time, and I didn't get as beat as much as I did. Now there was different ways that my parents handled me, and the way they did it is they start taking away stuff from me. I'm not sure if that's the way to, you know, but I know for me, when you know shit got taken away, you know, no video games on weekdays or no video games at all. When shit, and I'm pretty fucking spoiled. So when shit started getting taken away from me, that's when I start acting, you know, right. But some kids do need a good fucking smacking. Now, as far as the parents, you know, you do have some shitty parents out there who beat the fuck out of their kids for no reason. I had to sit there and I had to look at these parents like, God damn, you're not handling your kid right. And I wouldn't be if you take that power away from, like I said, from the good parents. I wouldn't actually know how you would you know, decide to do that because there are good parents out there who, you know, spank their kids when it's necessary. There are some parents out here who spank their kids because they came home and all the food stamps was gone. I mean, you know, I really don't know. I'm all in favor for beating kids though, to an extent, You know.
Yeah. Go ahead, Dave.
I agree with both of you. Mostly alone in the dark, but I'm actually on Cold Conscience's side because I think it's not so much about beating the kids. I think it's about what type of child you have. There's some kids I know who don't need a beating. They don't need a beating. A good yelling conveys all the emotion you need, or a quiet pull aside and talk explains everything you need to get through. There's some kids that are that way. And then there are other kids that I know I've watched like perfect example is my brother-in-law's son. My brother-in-law's son is sweetest kid ever. Super nice kid, awesome individual. Love the kid. But there is one thing he does which we've seen for a while, and we can't decide if it's my brother-in-law's fault that it happens or whether the kid just has that kind of personality. I'm leaning toward it's my brother-in-law's fault. My wife leans towards it's the kid's personality. But he has this thing that happens where he knows things he's not supposed to do. And when you tell him not to do it, he does this thing where he pretends he can't hear you till it's done and then says, "Oh, I'm sorry." And this is not a one-time thing where you know you go, "Don't eat that cookie." And he'll grab the cookie and put it in his mouth and turn around and go, "Oh, you meant don't eat that cookie?" You know, he does crap like that where he thinks he's super slick. Now,
Yes, sir.
yeah?
Come on, Mario.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That boy thinks he's real clever for his age. But he does stuff like that. And every time he does it, I see his parents do the right thing. They pull him aside. They talk to him. They explain to him what they expect from him. Or they'll take something away, put him on timeout. And when they put him on timeout, it's good for a little while, but then it comes back. Now, again, this starts going into the nature versus nurture thing, whether it's the kid or the environment. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that whether it's the parent's fault or not, there are some kids, I think, that deserve something more immediate. Something that kind of gets their attention right then. And it doesn't need to be something that drags on or something. Again, there's always going to be abuse. Just like when you're talking about timeout, there are people that lock their kids in cars, and that's timeout, and their kids are cooking in the freaking car. there's always gonna be parents that are crappy parents and that take even the right way to punish a child overboard. A lot less than the physical abuse ones, I agree. But I think it should be like a judiciary system, innocent until proven guilty. It's kind of a messed up way of saying it, but it's the only fair way. I think it should be the parent has the right to do that until we can clearly see that that's abuse.
Here's what I'm gonna throw out there to defend my spot that I don't really know if I want to defend, but I'm gonna go out there this group. Yeah.
You know you got 2 kids, right? You might want to.
Yeah.
They might get testy.
Here's what I did, because I agree. I mean, I've known people who have had wonderful kids, right? They'll have like 4 fucking kids. 3 of them turn out wonderful, and one's a total fucking asshole. Okay. It probably isn't. I mean, that's probably just the fucking kid. Like, I doubt that there were great parents over here 3 times in a row, and then fuck this last one. You know what I mean? Maybe it did. Maybe it was the youngest. Maybe it was the baby of the group, got treated differently. But there's always that. But I still don't think that beating a kid has to be your immediate correction. Like, here's something I do with my kids for an immediate correction. And all it takes is a blank piece of wall. Okay? And I learned this from a wonderful fucking place in the Marine Corps, right? If those kids mess up, or if it's something that's hard enough, okay, there needs to be a correction right now, I find a blank piece of wall, which I can see a couple from my chair right now, and they go and they sit at 90 degrees on it. That's it. And then we wait. Now it takes a little longer. Takes a little longer for freaking my boy, especially, you know, because he's gotten pretty freaking tough with it. But that shit, they know right away, and that'll be my threat. Like, if I see him doing something like, hey, you guys want to go to the wall? Nope, and it gets corrected right away.
Now, let me go ahead and break it down for people who've never done it. That wall thing he's talking about is a wonderful, not just a Marine Corps lovely tool, but also a gym tool, which if you want to build your back and quads, fantastic. It's called the electric chair. Now, all you need to do, people out there, if you want to try out this fantastic exercise, which will give you great core and leg strength, is just find any wall and sit down. Sit down like you're sitting on a chair, but without the chair. So the wall is the back of the chair, and there's nothing under you, just your legs supporting you. And just hold it as long as you can.
It'll be real easy for the first little bit. Really.
It's always real easy for the first little bit. It's around that 30-second mark, things take a turn for the hurt.
In middle school, my social studies teacher had to do that shit, and I stayed on the fucking wall.
Oh.
Lord have mercy. I'm surprised with my fucking thighs on like Nicki Minaj. I stayed on that wall for fucking long. God,
please guys tell me you saw their album cover for Anaconda.
That's porn. That ain't an album.
I'll be honest with you, man. I don't buy Nicki Minaj albums, but that cover was tempting.
I feel like she got wrinkles on her ass. It might have been Photoshop.
But that's a good immediate and painful correction for something you did wrong. Okay?
Right.
I've had it other ways too. Like I can't remember what I did. My kid messed up real bad one time. And what I had him do was he has one of those Nerf rifles, like a Nerf sniper rifle.
Oh, well, I know where you're going with this.
He just held it over his head, right? Which, again, he thought was a joke. Like, man, this guy, I'm getting away with fucking murder right here. Until, 2-3 minutes in, and then it was a fucking problem. But what I told him is once he was struggling, once he was fighting to keep that thing over his head, said, hey, listen, keep that thing over your head for another 2 minutes, and you're off the hook. You get the fuck out of here. We're done here. And that kid fought to every fucking ounce of him to finish those 2 minutes. And once he was done, he was fucking ecstatic, man. He was amazed that he was able to freaking complete that, And he was off the hook. He fucking walked away. He was happy. It was finished. It ain't a parent coming around and beating the shit out of a kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I told him before, you're either going to be smart or you're going to be strong, or you're going to be both, but you're not going to be neither. You quit fucking up, or you're going to keep doing your push-ups, you're going to keep doing your wall sits, and you're going to be a brawny fucking boy.
who fucks up all the time, but he's got the muscle to take it.
Yeah, exactly. You're strong enough to get by on a fucking dumbass.
But see, you're looking at it from the perspective of a good parent. You're looking at it as this: I'm not just punishing you for what you did right now. I'm punishing you to show you. Like it's kind of what I've talked to my wife about. Like the way I want to raise my kids is I want to raise my kids on the basis of I'm not trying to tell you who to be, but if you choose who you're gonna be, I'm trying to get you ready for the response of people. You know, if you're gonna grow up to end up in jail, for God's sake, at the very least, I want you to be able to survive jail.
Yeah, like me and you
know
talked
what I mean?
about that before, man.
Yeah, if you're gonna grow up to be an Ivy League student, I want you to get as much of this knowledge, this basic knowledge as you can down, so that when you get to Ivy League status, you don't have to come back and do all this rereading. You'll be ahead of the curve.
I guess it depends. On the culture, because like I said, by God, my father's side of the family is straight old school. You fuck up, you probably gonna get whipped. And like I said, my parents are really from, not gonna say from down south, but most of our family is a down south oriented like family. It's old school. Me and Slow Chemicals. So, you understand that you get your ass kicked. I mean, I'm gonna say your ass kicked. I'm not saying it's like a fucking Floyd Mill whooping your ass, but
Yeah, you do.
okay, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I lived in up north in the city all my life, so I never actually had to go get my own switch or nothing of that nature.
Oh, I had to do that.
Yeah, but matter of fact, I got beaten in front of Frank before.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess it depends on the culture, and I guess like I said, it depends on the kid. I know for me, I will go to do something, and then I just think of fucking getting my ass kicked, and I'll be like, nope, not gonna go.
Now there's something I want to make a point of that Alone in the Dark made. The difference I've noticed between good parents and bad parents when it comes to corporal punishment is that's not the first tool in the belt. With most bad parents I know, that's the go-to weapon of correction. No. With most parents I know that are good parents, it's don't do this again. If you do this again, you're going to get punished. Okay, you did it again, now you're getting the punishment. You're still doing it, now they go to corporal punishment. Because to them, that's the last resort.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as far as... the way I look at it, man, corporal punishment is always on the table. Just because, like, they're going to be good and bad parents, no matter what. It's like, we're in America, like one of the safest countries in the world, with one of the most caring people, and we have the internet at our disposal. We have free libraries where you can go and get the knowledge of the entire planet in you. And there's still people out here that are walking around saying stuff like, send immigrant children back home.
Yeah.
Like, when you hear shit like that from someone who seems like they're educated, it's hard to, like, feel hope for humanity.
I'm very tempted, because Slow Chemical has spoken. I'm very tempted to hear what he has to say about it. Like I said,
I was waiting
his
for
family is from down, from New Orleans. So
I'm real scared.
this should be very interesting.
Well, as far as I know, in New Orleans, the way they punish kids is they go out and they pick up all the Mardi Gras beads.
Not New Orleans, New Orleans.
No, my bad, New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Get some dark voodoo on them or something.
Yep, no titties for a week.
No,
Which,
Popeyes,
as everybody
no
knows, is the quickest way to break down Slow Chemical.
Fair enough.
Way is not to see a big ass. But I told even when Alone in the Dark text the concept, I told him I don't have anything to say. I mean, yeah, I grew up at the pick my own switch, and you get beatings, man. I used to get beatings for like don't you know how you said Mario would eat the cookie, whatever?
Yeah,
my family,
that's your ass.
they used to punch you in the face. They punch you right in your fucking mouth.
God damn!
I mean, you just get beat. I mean, it's just what it is. You don't. If you know better, you don't do it. As a matter of fact, I learned from one of my aunts that if you don't know how to spell a word, you don't say it. So I would say big words. So I learned them on wrestling. She would beat the fuck out of me. Spell it. I don't know how to spell it.
Hold on. let me ask you a question, Slow Chemical. Did you do what I did, which was at one point I would match the crime with the beating I would expect to get and decide whether the crime was worth the beating?
Yeah, I did that all the time.
Yeah, like you're sitting there going, okay, I could take this one thing and I'm gonna get maybe like 10 lashes. All right, this one thing is worth 10 lashes.
Oh yeah, I remember when Snoop Dogg came out with Doggy Style, and I remember he had the song Gin and I remember he said I'll never forget this line because I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. I was like 8. I was like 8 when that song came out. He was like, my homeboys got a pocket full. I got a pocket full of rubbers, and my homeboys do too. I sang that. What's rubbers? I said, I don't know. You don't know what rubbers is? And she punched me right in the fucking mouth. I'll never forget. I mean, I found out later on what rubbers were. Thank God, and I got any children. But I mean, I didn't know then.
That we know about.
Yeah, I think just off topic a little bit. I think between wrestling and the fucking movie Police Academy, got me the most ass whippings ever in my fucking life.
I know about wrestling, but I gotta hear about Police Academy.
Police Academy, because if anybody who knows me know, ever since I was a little fucking kid, my father showed me that movie. Ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted to be a police officer. So I see on TV, hey, if you can say, get out the way, asshole, I can say the asshole. And I said to Miriam,
that was a mistake.
I don't really remember much about that day, but I believe I got my ass kicked that day, and there's nothing my father could do to help me because he's the youngest out of the children. She just sat there.
Fill you guys in a little bit real quick on Miriam. Miriam is one of my aunts from my stepdad's side, and Miriam is she's the one with all the adopted all the foster kids, right?
Yeah.
So she loves kids. So she has a whole bunch of foster kids. Well, what that did for Aunt Miriam is that made her, what's the polite way to say this? She didn't have time for none of your bullshit.
There's no polite way to say it, yeah.
Not ever. Not even for 10 seconds. She loved you as a kid, but she had no time, patience, or tolerance because she had 5 foster kids running around her place any one time. So you bringing additional bullshit to her house was a no-go on any menu. And the easiest and fastest way for her to handle you and move on with her business was a pop.
Yep. And even now to this day, and I'm 20 years old, about to be 21 next month, I don't even speak as much because I don't know what the fuck is gonna come out my mouth. So even to this day, I still kind of like, yeah.
I'm gonna have to agree with that. Of you maybe being a little careful what the fuck you say.
Oh, he ain't the only one, man. Because you never know what it is that'll set Aunt Miriam off. She's one of those old gospel women. So you might think you're saying something that okay, and it just turns out to be wrong. When I'm in her house, I'm an arm and switch length away at all times, just to make sure I got room to move.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. It's crazy. I always got my ass kicked at the Police Academy and wrestling. But as far as going back to the topic, I think like John Esther said, it should always be out on the table because it should always be out on the table, Because like I said, some kids react a lot differently, getting ass kicked than just a timeout. A timeout in some families is how long you've been knocked out. So it's fucking, I don't know, man. It's crazy.
You were doing a great job defending our side until you said knocked out. Then you just sounded like a villain for a second.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay. Yeah, man, but it's a tough subject. And like I said, I don't have kids, but I believe when I do have kids, I won't be beating them the way I got. I don't say I got the hell beat out of me. I got beat enough to know not to do certain shit. Don't leave off the block. I won't be leaving off the block.
Almost enough, I think.
Almost enough. Yeah, not fully. Almost. I guess I missed one beating because going around saying people like discount Beyonce's. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you can punch him out for that one. Yeah,
I don't know what came to my mind. I still don't. Ah, man. I just watched this shit. That's what I'm talking about.
What's this over here?
Boom, shakalaka.
That, my dear friend, is Nicki Minaj's Anaconda album cover.
You know, I didn't even hear any
The
song
one
off
Slow
this shit.
Chemical considers porn.
It is.
I don't know. I think that's just a classy, smart lady, handling her business.
That's a great. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's a great way to fucking sell albums. People gonna buy the album just for that.
Got my attention.
She's selling exactly what she's displaying exactly what she's selling. That's about it.
Yeah, well,
Ass.
she ain't a dumb businesswoman, that's for sure.
No.
I'm sure she is.
She got a smart marketing team. My bad.
There you go. There you go. That's
I do have a question for y'all.
yeah, hit it.
All right, so we had a situation like last Friday, right? Now, me and Dave are the only real comic book fans on this panel. Alone in the Dark, well, he has things he likes. So normally, when me and Jonathan Esther talk about comic books, we have our own separate thread of text message that we send to each other. And so what happened was, 11 o'clock, no, noon on Friday afternoon. Everybody that knows me knows I have no interest in all of seeing Guardians of the Galaxy. I just don't have any interest. So it just so happened that what the hell is that?
That Lil Kim?
I typed in discount Beyonce, and that's what popped up.
And that's why Cole Conscious is not getting laid now.
God damn.
I just wanted to make a point, yo. I just wanted to make a point.
I don't know if I'm coming at a discount, man. That's fucking clear.
That's more like fucking free. Free Beyonce.
Now, in your defense, there were a lot of Beyonce pictures before that one came up.
In my defense, it was fucking dark and I didn't know. Okay?
She didn't
But my
like
bad.
that.
Go ahead, Slow Chemical. My bad.
She didn't look anything like that. That's just horrible. Anyway, so around last Friday, my phone completely blows up with about 30, 40 text messages. Everyone's like, you need to see Guardians of the Galaxy. No one's telling me why. So finally, by the way, to those people who know me and know that I don't care about spoilers, fuck you for not telling me. I wasn't going to go see the movie either way. Finally, one person has the common sense to say, oh, yeah, I know you don't care, so this is what's going on with it. So they tell me what's going on. And that matter, I don't give a fuck. If you haven't seen the movie, fuck you. Howard the Duck's in the damn movie. So anybody that knows me knows that Howard the Duck is one of my top 5 characters of all time. Jonathan Esther knows it.
Yeah.
So I just pick up my phone and I begin texting. I don't realize what thread I'm on. I text on the wrong thread. I text on the Dare Disagree thread. So then me and Jonathan Esther are having a conversation for about 5 minutes. Finally, Alone in the Dark chimes in and says, fuck you, and this goes off, right? And so the thing is, I would normally feel bad for telling somebody spoilers. Let me tell you why I don't feel bad about telling Alone in the Dark spoilers. One, he's going to steal the movie anyway. He's white. 2, he really doesn't care. Because most of the time when you talk about movies with him, he's like, dude, I was high during that movie, supposedly. It doesn't matter if you tell him spoilers. He won't remember them anyway. So why did he even come on the thread and say, fuck you? I think he just did it because he wanted to. Am I correct?
This is true, yeah. I'm just trying to cover it. It's not like that's a movie ending spoiler either. It's not like fucking goddamn what's his name dies at the end, man. No, I mean it's just a cameo, you know.
And by the way, anybody that says that Guardians of the Galaxy is the greatest, I had someone on a post say it's the greatest Marvel movie so far, and I was like, what the hell is wrong with you right now? Like, I understand you're a comic book buff and you want Guardians of the Galaxy to get good money, I approve. I understand but stop lying. All right, that movie was better than Iron Man 3. That's for damn sure. But
Better than
yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm driving Miss Daisy is better than watching Iron Man 3 these days.
I mean, I found Iron Man 3 pretty good.
You shut your goddamn mouth, heathen.
I mean, listen, I don't fuck. Then again, to my defense, I don't keep up with the comic book shit. I mean, I try to, but it just fucking slips my mind.
Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't bad. It was a great way to introduce Thanos, the main villain that's going to be in Avengers 3. Like,
Man,
all of this...
All I know is it got Batista in there. That's all I need to know.
Avengers 3. What you need to understand is everything that has happened up until this point, and even Avengers 2, is really just setting us up for Avengers 3.
Speaking of which, when did Batista actually become a legit actor?
He's never been. He still isn't. Don't worry.
Huh.
They gave him a perfect. No. I'm not being insulting. I'm being honest. The character Batista plays is, and when I explain to you the character, you'll understand why he's perfect for the role. The character that Batista plays is called Drax the Destroyer. Drax the Destroyer does not know sarcasm, so he takes everything literally.
Yeah.
You see, literally all he has to do is be
Batista.
Super Batista, and it works. It's kind of like when they put Puff Daddy in any role. He's just Puff Daddy. He's not anybody else. He could use any other name he wants. He's still Puff Daddy in that movie.
Somebody brought up a good point about that. Somebody was like, Ice Cube is not really a good actor. He just plays himself in every fucking movie.
Yeah, no. When you hire Ice Cube, you're hiring Ice Cube to play Ice Cube as
an angry black guy.
Yeah, angry black guy. That's it. That guy doesn't really have a range. Ooh, hello.
Good evening.
Hey, hi.
Good evening.
Hit her with the old Baltimore. Hi. What it do, Shawty?
What it do, Shawty?
By the way, ever since I've come to California, I haven't heard that. It's been a while. Hi, boo. What it do? All of the interwebs and whatnot.
Don't run.
Go away.
Do you have a snare drum in the middle of your living room?
What? No,
what
man.
was that red thing by the TV?
That's a candy machine, man. That's Aries. Remember? I gotta find. He's got to
I
find.
remember that. I thought it was
about to say.
A second.
I was about to say, man, looking for a goddamn drummer holding out on us.
Sitting over there with a snare drum. But yeah, no. Guardians of the Galaxy was a fine movie to watch. It's nothing you need to rush to theaters to watch if you're a Marvel fan. It's a good movie. It's just.
I'm just waiting until I could rent it.
Of course, our friend Alone in the Dark is being humorous for the camera, correct?
Get that red box going. That's what I meant.
Yeah, them jokes. That's what it is.
Oh man, fuck it.
But yeah, it's I don't know. It's a great movie. Well, okay. Let me ask this before we even start drifting off into another topic.
All right.
So far, how do you guys think the whole Disney Marvel thing is going?
Disney Marvel.
You know Disney owns Marvel.
The best thing Disney can do is just keep their fucking hands off it, man. That's it. Just, here's Disney's money. Here's our bankroll. Go do what you've been making billions of fucking dollars making, please. That's it. That's all they got to do.
Which so far they've been doing great. What's really going to get tested is when Star Wars comes out. Because when Star Wars comes out, they're going to have to get creative. There isn't enough solid Star Wars lore and legacy for them to go off of. I mean, all the future Star Wars characters have already been written in books and all that, and there have been comic books of them, which is part of what the acquiring Marvel thing was. It was acquiring some of those Star Wars books. But that's going to be the real test when they do the Star Wars movies, because then we'll see just how much Disney can hold back.
Excuse me.
They've been doing great with Marvel, just letting Marvel do all the heavy lifting. So
I'm pretty sure Disney will find a way to fuck it up.
I don't know, man. They're doing good so far, man. They picked up Marvel. Everybody freaked out that Iron Man was going to be Mickey Mouse, and they've done a great job staying away from it. Hell, there haven't been this many hardcore adult Marvel comics as there have been since Disney purchased it. Like, for anybody who's a comic book reader or who's interested in comic books, the Nick Fury Max World War II series and the Punisher Max Death series are some of the best comic book reads as a grown-up I've ever had.
Has it got Barracuda in it, man?
Well, the Punisher ones do, yeah. The Nick Fury one is the one with Barracuda kicking the baby on him in Vietnam.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah. Like it was one of the most. I'll see if I can find it. It's one of my favorite comic book moments ever.
Is that how he lost his eye?
Well, yeah. Actually, they in that story they tell you how he lost a lot.
No, I thought it was from straight baby impacts, man.
No, that was later. No. You mean Nick Fury? No, he lost his eye before that.
No. Yeah, I saw most of how Barracuda lost his shit. It was pretty brutal.
It was a good time with the shark, right?
Yep, the shark and stabbing and the.
Yep. A lot of.
Yeah. Boy could take a beating. Still be a success. It's a test. Anyways, yeah.
Slow Chemical, what do you think about that whole the whole run of what was I gonna say? God damn it, you were reading that thing. The whole the new run that Marvel has, the one with Nick Fury killing stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The brand new one that just came out, the brand new Marvel storyline.
I haven't read it yet. I haven't even gone to the store. I've been at the store in a minute.
What? Oh my god, dude.
What?
Because my man is working. Whoa, wait a minute.
I wait till I come out with two or three issues, then I go pick them up at once. I hate having to go back and forth to the store to pick up one, then two, then that's too much.
I got you.
Well, listen, besides, the man is working, okay? EP coming out in October. I can't plug that shit enough.
Woo! Tell him.
It's coming out soon.
All right. What I'm showing there is the scene, my favorite scene. Right before this, what you guys got to understand is at this point, Barracuda has had some issues with heroin and yada, yada, yada. So the guy here basically tells him, because Barracuda's in the army, he goes, do you have no shame? Aren't you ashamed of the things you've done? You're a military person. You're from the military. How dare you freaking dishonor their uniform? To which Barracuda does this. He looks on the ground, looks for... Hold on, I'll see if I can zoom in on it so you guys can see it.
Damn.
God damn, it won't let me zoom in. All right, there we go. All right, so he looks on the ground, finds a baby, kicks the baby with its head ripped off onto the dude's uniform, and then follows with, fuck the uniform, feel me?
Damn.
Now, for most people, that scene might not make any sense, but if you've been in any military establishment in your life, which I know Slow Chemical and Alone in the Dark can relate to, you've had that moment.
I mean, but can we just be honest for a minute though? I mean, honestly.
Go ahead. Oh my God.
Who gives a fuck?
I thought so.
God damn! Can you read the picture? Who gives a fuck?
I'm just gonna say though. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna throw this out there, okay?
All right.
I heard that was a bad baby. Okay? Disney was never went to bed on time. Always waking up early, no matter what. I mean, you know, everybody just shows that picture, and you're like, "Oh my God, the baby!" But you know, you think the whole story. It just that baby just had it coming.
That baby had it coming, getting kicked across a comic book panel onto someone's shirt.
Damn, who was that yelling? God damn.
There's a lot of boozing going on in the background.
Boozing? Yeah, well, Mexicans. I mean, it's nothing but Wednesday. Sure, why not?
Hold on a second, let me double check just to make sure. Give me a sec, guys.
La Migra.
It's nothing but Wednesday. Let's get fucked up. We do gotta work tomorrow. Then complain about our jobs. Sure.
Yeah.
Makes the perfect sense. They better have my red beans and rice when I come over there though.
How the fuck do
That's
we
what that-
get what is Dave's favorite comic book panel? What?
I don't know. I was trying to figure out. I was on the phone, and if we ever want to make this show prime time, we need to stop doing shit like that. Getting on the phone.
I don't know what happened. What happened right now out there is like we have an issue with our neighbors. They not our neighbors themselves, but someone related to one of our neighbors who visits them a lot. So what recently happened is they had this issue about smoking and drinking right outside a window that bothers people in the house, and that dude who is related to the other person, they've been acting real tough recently. Real tough when we're not around, but real tough when the girls are here. I guess they're dealing with them right now outside.
Oh my lord, you're going through the same fucking thing I'm going through right now. Believe it or not, we have these fucking neighbors who, when I'm around, when my father's around, nothing is said. When my mother's around, everything is fucking said. And I could have knocked this guy his ass a long time ago, but they wanted to take the fucking legal route. So
I wanna freaking same thing here. I told them, look, give me about 10 minutes, because we've had a situation along these lines where they were trying to start a street fight across the street, and I told them, hey, look, if y'all want to fight, I'm down for it. I haven't had a good fight in years. Let's do this. And all of a sudden, everybody's super polite. So
yeah, man,
they're doing this thing, but they want to do it like their way. They want to call the cops, make it a whole legal thing. I was like, give me 5 minutes, and we solve this problem. Never again.
Because I gotta,
There's some shit, man.
Allegedly,
Allegedly,
I have a lot of goons around here who could whip some ass, but allegedly. That's what they told me anyway.
All right.
Fair enough.
So do we have anything else on the docket, or should we start hitting these parting shots?
Yeah, I don't think we got that time.
Yeah, I think we're drained out this week. We're feeling low on topics. Next week we'll have to come back with the vengeance.
Mrs. of Alone in the Dark is around, so I got some work I need to put in. So I finally imported her from out of area.
I'm gonna go ahead and send you this sweet saxophone track I heard. It's really good. Oh!
I've asked for a whitish girl.
Anaconda.
I like that real fast. I like the struggle. Oh no, what? No.
Nah, baby, nah. We ain't talking about you. We're talking about this Nicki Minaj thing I'm looking at on the floor. I mean, on the screen.
Look at these damn whiskers, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
That Arab is coming real quick out of you. I'll admit.
They were looking real suspicious at me at the airport when I went to go pick her up, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that shit.
Yeah.
It's all good. All right, let's hit up these parting shots. So, Cold Conscience, anything?
Yeah, somebody brought a good question to my attention. If you can't drink and drive, how comes there are parking lots at the bars? That's a serious question. That's a serious fucking question.
I was about to tell you that's the dumbest thing you've ever said. Then I thought about it.
Like, no. He's hit the high score before.
That's a legit question, okay? You can't drink and listen, legit question.
That's like, why is there Braille on the drive-through ATMs?
That is true.
All right. I'm listening. Fuck it. We need to cut a week out.
No,
drains every week.
both points are solid. It sounds like it sounds like a really stupid question, but when you think about it, it's like, yeah, why?
The simple answer is they don't make custom machines for drive-throughs, so the same 10,000 machines are put into a drive-through. So that's why. Yeah, that's the answer. The answer for his question is designated drivers and shit. And some people don't go to a bar to get drunk, man. They just go and get a couple drinks and drive home. You know
That's
what I'm
what
saying?
you assume.
I guess. Fair enough. Moving on.
All right, Slow Chemical. Any parting shots?
Yeah, I got 2 questions for y'all. One, I was asking both these questions today. I know the answer to both of them, but I'll ask y'all. If you rape a prostitute, is that robbery or rape?
Theft of services. I think that's the official term.
Robbery, yep.
It's fucking rape. God damn.
Nah, it's pretty much robbery, dude.
It's fucking, come on, man. It's fucking rape because it's against her consent.
Toll booth and you don't pay and you just speed through the booth. You're
Well,
stealing the service. You're not raping the toll booth.
But it's against her consent, though. Okay, hold on. Time out. How we talking about raping?
It's against the toll booth owner's consent too.
Here's the question, though. If you get with the prostitute, bang her, and then run out without paying her...
That's robbery. That's robbery. Yeah. Now, I would count that as robbery, but as far as, like, you know, finding some random hoe in the fucking corner and just raping her, it's still rape. It's still rape regardless.
Is it just... It's a bad day when Cold Conscience sounds like the smart guy.
Hold on, time out. What'd you say, Slow Chemical?
No, but if she's a prostitute and you guys are talking and you happen to, you know, put it in there and then leave out like Alone in the Dark said, that's technically robbery, right?
I mean, yeah, it's robbery, but
I ain't say find a random hoe in the corner and just take her and rape her.
Okay, listen. If it's a prostitute and you fuck her without paying, that's robbery, yes. But if it's a prostitute and she says, no, I'm not going to fuck you, and you fuck her anyway, that's rape.
We didn't go that deep with the question, Cold Conscience. You were too deep with it, brother.
Oh, okay, my bad. Was this supposed to be...
He was on his Obama. You saw the hand and everything? Just measured approach.
That's what he's thinking of.
I mean, well, here's the thing, right? If it makes you feel any better, I would never rape a prostitute.
Yeah.
Me neither, he said.
Allegedly. I don't know.
Yeah, none of us would ever do anything like that.
Yeah, there's a story on an old podcast that was completely a joke.
No means no. Well, hold on.
Story time.
Except when it means yes.
Listen. First of all, that wasn't a rape, okay? She said no, and I didn't do it to her. But I'm pretty sure I gave
right
her...
there, just so you know. You can stop
Yeah.
right there.
I'm pretty sure I gave her...
Question there, Slow Chemical.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. I saw it go and I was like, stop right there. This is the line where the jury is gonna have a difficulty finding you.
Vaginal itch.
If I have to be honest with y'all, I think I would rather do supposedly what Cold Conscience did supposedly than powerbomb a girl in bed supposedly.
Allegedly.
That's just because you've never powerbombed a girl in bed. There are merits to it.
Hey, listen. I'm not sure. I powerbombed a girl in my own right, but not like the way you fucking doing. Goddamn, Batista.
You could do what I do and just respect women 100%. So.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
You
Same
have
guy.
a Nicki Minaj moment with your camera.
What? What you talking about, though?
None. Boys for life, dog.
I can't bring that deep, man. I can't drop it that deep. I'm white.
Untrue.
All right. So what's the second question? Cause we didn't get the second question.
The second question is, if you're working with a girl and you two have sex,
Yes.
and y'all come the next day and there's no awkwardness, does it mean that their sex was that bad, or does it mean you're just that slick?
Wait, I didn't get the question. Say it again.
If you have sex with a coworker, and you guys go into work the next day, does that mean the sex was that bad, or does it mean that you guys are just that slick?
I'm going to have to stick with slick.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
slick.
I'll be shooting for my record time of 10 minutes, so I guess you consider that bad then.
Just do like I did with my wife, man. I'm going to get mine. You got to get yours. That's it.
Hey, team bus leave in 10.
Yeah.
What you waiting on? You better warm up as soon as the helmet hit. Pow, you're gone. But damn, they ain't got time to be waiting for you all day.
What's love got to do got to do with it? Anyway, those have been our part. Well, actually, no. Alone in the Dark, sir. Do you have a parting shot?
Man, I forgot now. I had something, but I just
Between the rape and the work thing, yeah.
I've been thinking about that theft of services. Now I'm like, oh, here's my question, and
Oh
this
crap.
would be directly for you, man.
Oh.
Since I have my wife here, I'm now more free of where I'm going to drive about. So what's the best edibles I need to be looking for?
Oh. Well, my friend. Let me go ahead and send you a couple of links later on. Seems
Yeah.
my time in California was well educated.
Exactly, man. I need your expertise on that shit, dog. Get the
I've-
most bang for my
I've
buck.
spoken to enough people and tested enough product.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's fascinating, man. It's a whole fascinating subculture. I'll be honest with you.
I went
It's
from
interesting.
Tennessee, where these motherfuckers are arguing about selling alcohol on a Sunday, right? To Colorado, where if you go on Craigslist and type in just about anything, there's a marijuana fucking section of that fucking thing. Cars for sale? Hey, yeah, this car's great. Gently smells like marijuana. Buy this vacuum. Free eighth of marijuana. You know, this is like, it's just so amazing, man. It's like going from way the backwoods past into the future. It's incredible.
Wait till you see the blowjob machines. Those things are awesome.
That's probably a topic we need to actually have, though. Why? I thought we had. I thought we had.
I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you a link. Flashlight, everybody. Flashlight.
Oh my lord! I feel like we had this fucking discussion before. And why is the government taking so long, or why do you believe the government would never, just nationally legalize weed? I mean, I've never seen the problem. Now, like I said, some professions just shouldn't fucking smoke weed. Like if my fucking, a fucking pilot for airplane smoking weed, I would be like, well, we're fucked. So.
Well, it's just, I mean, it's like anything else, man. It's.
This is my Craigslist, dog. This is
That
what's
looks
going
ridiculous,
on.
by the way. Wait, what's that? Is that gnomes? Weed gnomes?
Weedos, pot, marijuana. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Hold on, let's look at this.
Jesus Christ. Maybe it's not so good in Colorado after all. This is ridiculous.
13 Weedos figurines. They collectively. I mean, there's a
For
grow
$450, Jesus.
everywhere I drive, man. There's a whole place to like, come get your grow lights here. Come get your. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, man. It's crazy. Marijuana free with donation. What?
But here's the funny part. Now see how quickly marijuana becomes unimportant over there.
Marijuana delivery. I want your throwaway marijuana trimmings.
God
I love
damn.
this place, man. I love it.
God bless America, I guess, my
I'm
friend.
pretty sure
And then
it's
just in the middle of
Colorado.
all of that shit, a rim.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this guy right here, Mazda Will. Hey, what is he selling?
At least
I typed
it's selling.
Hold on, let me see. Just my grow room, marijuana. This isn't the keywords. Fucking recreational 420 marijuana. What is he talking about?
Maybe because it's greenish in the middle.
No, maybe because he knows that most people on Craigslist over in Denver are looking for marijuana. So
Maybe he was fucking high.
anything to get exposure.
Maybe he was just high and just thought about that shit.
Here's a
All right,
bicycle.
man. We need to wrap this thing up.
I don't know what the fuck's going on here, man. But it's wonderful. It's beautiful. Beautiful. fucking-
I bet it's a wonderful way to live. All right, and that's been our show. I've been your host, Jonathan Esther, out of California.
This is Alone in the Dark in beautiful Colorado. Oh my God, look at this shit.
Duran, Los Angeles, California.
Fan, can you hear us, Fan? Fan, if you understand us, blink twice.
This is Hamilton Bay.
And that's our show. Couldn't have said it better by Slow Chemical. Tune in next week, guys.